Hello, welcome back to Toffee TV. Here's another edition of Wear, Frame and Bin, where we talk to Evertonians about football shirts and the history behind the football shirts that they love. We've got Chris Beesley, Liverpool Echo, and author.
Yeah.
What's the name of your book?
Spirit of the Blues.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's coming up to Christmas. You gotta get those plugs in. Obviously, the way we do this is a shirt that you just love, would like to wear it, a shirt that you want to frame because you just think there's something special about it, and a shirt that you just want to get rid of, just want to put it in the bin. It's terrible for whatever reason. So, Chris, first of all, what Everton shirt of all of the Everton shirts would you put on yourself?
It's interesting, this one. I've conceived a graphic behind me. That one in the middle, actually, that was my first Everton shirt. Nice. That one.
Nice.
And yeah, not won any. Well, I was going to say won the FA Cup since, but no more success in terms of league titles since then. But yeah, that was my first one, and so that's always going to be special for me. But the one I've chosen out of all of them is an interesting. I try to be a bit different on this one because there's probably certain ones that are more iconic, but this one, I like the understated nature of the one that I have gone from. It's not from any sort of special season, 2010-11, sort of latter David Moyes first spell in charge, but I just like the simplicity of it. I mean, some people might not like it, just say it's a glorified t-shirt.
No, I don't like this shirt.
But yeah, it's just plain blue, isn't it? It's an Everton shirt. It's plain blue, round neck, collar. I think even with the rest of the kit, really plain white shorts with no sort of bits on them or anything or design, and the plain white socks. I know it's always a big thing, blue socks, white socks. This one had the white, but in terms of a kit, I just loved the simple. I loved it was simple but effective, because the previous year, because this was also a Lecoq Sportif. So they'd obviously gone back to that, almost looking back at the 80s glory years, trying to replicate that, and they'd had the one with the big V the previous year, which was obviously a homage to the 83-85, the club's most successful period. But I thought that one, for me, it was far too big. That big V, it was ridiculous. So I just loved the simplicity of this one.
No, it is a really nice shirt. Is there any particular games that you remember that stand out? Because I know it is one of those seasons that sort of just melts.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was that maybe the one with the Blackpool when Sahar scored 4 goals? I have to check that one. That could be the one when it was the 5-3 against Blackpool. So yeah, it's not even because I say that they were playing. I tell you what, they did wear it from, actually. I remember this now. I've got 3 daughters, and my eldest daughter, I mean, people might not realise this now, but I'm actually the parent of an adult now. And things say, oh, you don't look old enough, Chris, but I am.
No, you don't.
Yeah. So she's 18 now, my eldest, and I took her to her first game when she was 3 years old, and they've been wearing that one, the Brotherhood Cup, of course, the game that Everton couldn't lose.
Everton versus Everton Chile, of course,
so nice memories from that. So maybe there was a bit of that just subconsciously going into my head when I came up with this one. So yeah, also I was going to say, is Everton not winning any silverware? They picked up the Brotherhood Cup that day, so maybe that's all.
Do you know, well, they picked up, I think they got the Australia Cup as well. That's pre-season. We done the double, we done the pre-season double. It is the season we beat Blackpool 5-3.
So I was right, good.
We beat Manchester City at the Etihad as well. I think it was the last time we beat them. That was in the December, and it was absolutely freezing.
Or was that when Yaya Toure had like the snood on and stuff like that?
I think so, yeah. I think it was horrendously cold. It was the 20th of December. I remember it was horrific. And we beat Chelsea last game of the season with Jermaine Beckford scoring that solo goal as well. So
no, it was actually quite good then, wasn't it?
It wasn't a bad one at all. We beat Liverpool as well, 2-0. Merseyside derby.
Of course. So the more I think about this, the more it's an inspired choice.
This is a cult classic. This is a cult classic, this shirt. You never ever see anyone in this shirt. It was. I think it was an alright. It's proper royal blue as well. Yeah, real like deep blue as well. It's really nice. And I'll tell you a quick story about this one. So I went to the kit launch of this just as a normal human being, no media stuff or anything back then. And this is how much different it was. So Jack Rodwell was launching the kit because obviously he was seen as the up-and-coming Everton player. So what they did was they put like a stage next to the Dixie Dean statue.
I remember this photo.
And the unveiling was supposed to be him holding the same pose exactly as Dixie Dean.
Yeah.
But in typical sort of Everton's fashion, it had a big sort of screen around it, and the screen slipped before it was due to. So you just seen Jack Rodwell in sort of like half pose, and then it was like, everyone forget that. You haven't seen anything. Take two. Yeah. Put it back up. It comes down, and there's Jack Rodwell looking very sheepish and very embarrassed about watching. I think he felt quite awkward anyway, having to do it in front of these people. And that's sort of the first time. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure it was probably leaked anyway, as all kits seem to do. But getting to see that kit, so I tell you what, there's some really good memories attached to that kit. Fair play. That's a good one. And the away kit was like pink with the same design with the navy on it. And the third kit, I'm sure someone will come up with the third kit as one of their kits, because the third kit was the cream kit that we beat Chelsea in the FA Cup.
All in all, what a year actually.
Do you know what's annoying? This is actually a good set of kits, and we've got nothing to show for it. So that's slightly annoying. Yeah. It's not a bad season. Your frame shirt. Okay. We'll move on to your frame shirt. You've actually got the frame shirt.
You've got these ones for us.
So if you want to show everyone your frame shirt,
this is my choice for.
So this is the shirt. Oh. Yeah, there's that camera there you go. This is the shirt that sort of never was. Yeah. This is the 125th anniversary shirt of Goodison Park, which is staggering really when you think about it, that we had a one-off shirt for the 125th anniversary of Goodison Park, and yet didn't have a shirt for the last, really like a celebratory shirt for the last season of Goodison Park. Just tell us about what your thoughts are about this one.
Just what you said, really. I mean, unfortunately, as much as we love Everton, maybe that they peaked too early with this one. They should have held this one back. Yeah, maybe. For the last season, Goodison wore something of that ilk. I mean, again, classic. The simplicity of it, but it's got the old 1920s style badge, which they brought back this year for that. Again, this was lesser worn for the one game for a shirt that wasn't even worn at all. But the throwback to the first season at Goodison in the sky blue, or the Cambridge blue as it's called. But that old style original Everton badge. So I like that about it. And like you say, if we're going to frame it, because it was only ever worn, wasn't it? For one pre-season game, I think. Sevilla, when Sandro Ramirez was still an up and coming prospect. And I think Porky Paddy said he was going to score 40 goals or something for Everton that season. But so again, I like the simplicity of it all, but just a real sort of clean, classic look. But I'm going to frame it because obviously it's a special occasion, but also a tinge of regret that I mean, they could have sort of gone down those lines. They could have still done it for the last season at Goodison. Yeah. Because that was Umbro, and obviously different kit manufacturers and stuff like that. They could have replicated again. But this is what I think Everton's kit should have looked like for the final season at Goodison. No,
absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we drew 2-2, didn't we, in the friendly. It had navy socks as well. It looked really smart. Yeah. We done one of these videos with Baz, and Baz's bin for the video was actually the home shirt for that season, because the home shirt was so bad.
Which one was that?
It was the one with like the navy patches underneath, the one Rooney obviously played in, and it was so bad. And that's what was so annoying, was that shirt is, I think if you ask a lot of people, a lot of like collectors, and you're framing, a lot of people will say this is maybe one of the best Everton shirts they've ever seen. It was worn once in a friendly, a sort of really, that's Sevilla home, 2-2, the game before the season starts. I just think that should have been something very, very special. And then the week after we played Stoke, and we're wearing this really, really bad home kit, and you feel like you've just said there, what a wasted opportunity. Yeah,
another Everton wasted opportunity, unfortunately, but a great shirt. So
absolutely great shirt. And what sticks in our memories, me and Baz, when we talk about that shirt, is we went to the launch of that shirt at Goodison Park, and Kevin Campbell was there as part of like Everton. Everton had brought him in to talk about obviously his memories of Goodison, and it just evokes now memories of me of Kevin Campbell. So it's one of my favourite shirts, and what I love about it is like it's an Umbro shirt. The Umbro's been put in blue as well, so it doesn't stick out. There's no sponsor on it, and you just think, what could have been? What could have been? Yeah. So your bin shirt is very, very interesting. If you want to just, if you want to get it,
let's swap it over.
Go on.
There we go.
So you're
Materazzi on the back.
Yeah, I've got Materazzi on the back.
I'm not taking it out on Marco. It's not his fault. Yeah.
So your shirt is very, very controversial because it's not royal blue for a start.
Well, yeah, that's the big crime.
Yeah.
We're just one of many, really. Yeah. Do you want me to go into it?
Go on,
Yeah.
you go into yours.
It's a bit different, actually, than mine. Because I bought this shirt.
I'll be honest, Kiss. This mightn't be strictly legal.
Okay.
Let me say that for a start.
Yeah.
It's not an original.
Yeah.
It may have been found somewhere in China.
Okay, fair
and it doesn't quite have the ruffles. It's just it's more of a decorative shirt, I'd say.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. This actually makes it better because that was part of one of my many bugbears with this shirt. Like you say, first of all, it's not royal blue.
No,
we talked about how that great one from 2010, a real deep shade of royal blue.
Yeah.
I don't know what we call this. Is it electric blue? It's certainly not royal blue. And whether the original or this, I mean, there were different versions of this shirt going around at the time, so we'll go into that as well. So I bought this. It was actually one of my first year at university, going out into the world. I was going up there, the University of Central Lancashire, or just the University of Lancashire, as it's now called now. So yeah, back in the day, just when David Moyes was Preston manager, that's when I first met him. But yeah, so I had my version. It was actually the first one I got in long sleeve, so that was a bit of a thing for me. I had the long sleeve version of this, but it still isn't making any better. So on the original version of this was like cardboard.
Yeah, it was.
It was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so it didn't look good, didn't feel good. It felt, it was like wearing like a shirt made out of card or something. like when if it's like you got your jeans on and you've been caught in the rain. That was like the shirt sort of felt like the material. And of course, the big controversy at the time was some eagle-eyed fan, it was actually in the Echo, spotted that the player's shirt didn't match the ones that the fans were being sold. So Umbro, of course, said no, even though the one that the players were wearing matched the short. No, sorry, let me get this right. They were saying, no, sorry, the one that the fans were buying matched the shot. They said that, of course, the one that thousands have been sold. That was the correct one.
Was the real one.
It was the play. It was the player one, of course, was wrong, even though that
it was upside down, wasn't it?
Yeah, whatever way
because it didn't match the shorts, because it had the same design on the shorts. That was at the bottom. And someone had spotted that it was like upside down. So they had to just get rid of all the play.
Of course. It was the the 11 play. Well, I'll say 11, but 10 player shirts, not the thousands that people were wearing that were wrong, even though even though the players ones matched. So they had to have an embarrassing sort of turn around in that respect. I mean, I don't think it's a cardinal sin, but I prefer the ones that don't have the yellow on. I think it's a personal taste that whether you have the yellow as the tertiary colour as the third colour on an Everton shirt, but personally I tend to like the ones that don't have the yellow. So that's another thing, that's only a small
There's just so much going on, isn't it? There's so much going on. You've got all this like a beach towel. You've got 1-to-1, which obviously Liverpool fans then changed it to gone-to-1 because of how pure it's. You've got the diamonds on the arms, which I've no problem with at all. You've got the bib that obviously, but it's more like the 70s bib.
70s style.
You've got this big bloody thing down here, this Everton Goodison Park thing. It's just so much going on.
Yeah, like Everton, in case we forget again.
And it's got Everton there. It's got Everton there. The badge has got a navy back. What's it got a navy back? Where does that?
Yeah, it's so much going.
It's incredible.
And to top it all on that, and like you're talking about memories from 2010, and we sort of rediscovered those memories talking as you were looking on your phone. But awful season, of course. It's fiasco off the pitch beforehand. Peter Johnson with his infamous, you'd be pleasantly surprised when you're getting a world-class manager when Joe Roy walked out. Spent most of the summer chasing Bobby Robson. He ended up staying at Barcelona to get a job upstairs there. Gets custard pie by Andy Gray to get a big fat new contract at Sky, even though he's got no managerial experience, and has to go cap in hand back to Howard Kendall for the third spell. And poor, Howard, great Evertonian that he was, took up the poison chalice, had no money. I think his managerial touch had gone there, working in tough circumstances, and they end up staying up on the last day of the season because but obviously, of course, they can't even do the job against Coventry. They blow that, and it's only because Chelsea, who've got a European final about 3 days later, do the business against Bolton. They step on goal difference. So poor memories, and as you mentioned already to me, they've gone to one. I was at Stanley Dock Market that morning with my mate, looking round, trying to sort of hold me nerves beforehand, and I seen one of those in one of the stalls, the old gone to one, because obviously for younger viewers, the Championship was League One, Division 1 at the time. So all in all, not
great. And I remember as well. I mean, I remember like there was adverts, because I think with the sponsor came quite late, because there's even versions of this with Danker on it. I think Danker must have pulled out, and what they brought 1 to 1 in, and it must have been quite late, because there was adverts of Gareth Farrelly and
Slaven
Bilic doing the adverts, and just on the pitch with the phones and stuff, and John Oster. And it was and obviously there was a big controversy that season because of what happened at Bolton with the ball going over the line, but it wasn't given, and then they ended up getting relegated. And you can imagine that nowadays, that would have got being caught now, wouldn't it? But it was just.
I'm diligently holding up.
I know,
as well.
But you know what? You know what's really interesting about this shirt? Sort of come back around now. It's a bit of a cult classic amongst like the youngsters. Yeah. Because it's
they don't have that pain.
No, they don't have the pain. But it's so very 90s as well. It's got so much going on. Yeah. That I think it's like. I was telling this story today. My nephew wore this shirt when we played Bournemouth. Loads of people in the Gladys were wearing retro stuff. Yeah. And he wore it, and what was he then? He was like 18, and it was his dad's shirt. Okay. And I was like, why are you wearing that shirt? Yeah. And he was like, well, we stayed up in this shirt. And I was like, I know, but it doesn't. Because I was wearing the 94 shirt. I've wore the 94 shirt in every relegation battle that I've.
Oh, the Wimbledon shirt.
Yeah. And I was like, this one is like this one I can wear. I feel like it meant something. Yeah. That one. It was a day of anger. It was a day of it would never happen again. We were told
4 years earlier.
But what a horrendous shit. But I remember getting this shirt. Similar story to you. I remember it was my first week in work. I just started for Merseyrail. Okay. And I went to St John's, and it was this was on for 2 seasons. And I went to the middle. It was the middle season, and I went to I think it was Dirty Soccer.
Okay, yeah.
And I bought it, and the first thing I did was I cut the V off, because that's how Gary Speed wore it.
Right, yeah.
Gary Speed wore it cut.
And you ruined your shirt.
I ruined my shirt because I thought it was horrific, but it looked really cool. I thought it looked cool anyway, with the white. And funny enough, that night we were playing, I was wearing it to a Sunday League game, bumped into Baz, and Baz went to me, a la Gary Speed. Like, that was a non-Everton. I don't know if he remembers that. Yeah, okay. But and he looked at me and just went, a la Gary Speed. Yeah.
At least your point had been made, right or wrong, hasn't it?
So fair enough. And that was 28 years ago, and I still remember that. But that's what I love about football kits, and they can evoke memories in you, or you have to go on the internet and find them sometimes. But there you go. I think loads of people will agree with you on that shirt. It's for the reasons you've just said. There's loads of reasons. It looks like Homer. Remember Homer's car? Do you remember the episode with Homer's car? That's what it looks like to me. It's got loads of stuff going on. Instead of just going, lads, should we just have the collar, or should we just why don't we just have all of them, lads? Why don't we just do everything?
So maybe that's why I've got my plain one as the one I want, where it's just really simple, whereas that's just got everything.
That's just got everything.
Going on. But the one saving grace, and it's interesting what you say there about with the retro and stuff. I keep most of my old Everton shirts. I've got them and wear them on five-a-side or whatever. And because I thought, this one's awful. It feels awful with the carbon thing. Yeah. And I flogged it on eBay, and I ended up probably making a bit of a profit on it. So so that's the one saving grace.
And again,
probably one of them teenagers. Yeah,
that's why this one's from China. Yeah, that's why. If Everton never want to re-release this, then I'll buy the real version. But they don't sell this one, Everton. They sell a lot of stuff.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why. Just before I let you go, so is there any other shirt, non-Everton, that just comes to your mind straight away, and you go, I love that shirt?
I'm trying to think, because when I was a kid, I'd wear all like mad ones. I'd never get another English team. Yeah. So, but I'd used to have all the foreign ones and stuff like that. I think maybe I'm not being you've got me on the top of my head there, whatever. And it's not sort of out the box or anything. But the iconic Brazil ones, just because of the way they played and the way they looked. I had one. And it was made by Toffee, and from the 80s,
86, I think, and even 90, I think they were still there.
I think
Brazil.
had 2 versions of that. I said that the first one was a green V-neck, like Harry Speed, and then the second one was more like that actually with the collar. But so if you're gonna put me on the spot, something like that. I know it's not 2 inches, and a lot of people might say
they're the good one.
Yeah.
And also is another one. Do you remember as a kid getting like Everton kits, Umbro kits in the little box?
Yeah,
remember the little
a bit
Umbro
like
box?
cards,
Yeah, it was
like greetings cards style, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a box you used to get, and it had like the shorts, the socks, and the topping, and the little replica kit. It was called replica kit, and it was all in a little box.
Yeah,
and things have changed.
Go back to that.
There you go. Great to have Chris. And what I love about this show, no one will ever have the same shirt.
No, it might have one, but
and they'll never have the same memories that are attached to them. As you said, they're taking your daughter to her first game. What a memory to have. There you go. Big thanks to Chris. Don't forget you can check him out probably every single day in the Liverpool Echo, and also check out his book as well ahead of Christmas. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Thank you.